This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares and swords and the pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar. Double honors to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to your Akim out there. And this is a recent news article from CNN.com. This was as of February 19, 2023, updated 7:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it reads, Salakia. And this was published by Yoon Jong-so, Junko Ogura, and Emma Tucker of CNN. And it reads, North Korea launches 2 ballistic missiles, officials said. Right, and this comes, I would say, 2 days later after North Korea had launched the ICBM missile over the shores of Japan, over the ocean shores of Japan, when they launched a ICBM missile 2 days ago. And that was their first ICBM launch since January 1st. Now you have this right here. North Korea launches 2 more ballistic missiles. And this comes on the time when North Korea sent those warnings and threatenings to South Korea and the United States. They was sending those warnings to them, and a message to the United States and South Korea of them increasingly doing these military exercise drills, and that was causing stir in that region, military buildup. And North Korea was sending warnings to the United States and South Korea and Japan as well too. Now you have North Korea launched 2 more missiles after they launched 2 days ago of a ICBM missile, And it says North Korea launched 2 ballistic missiles into the waters of the east coast of the Korean Peninsula. Officials said the latest missile launch in recent days by the country. Japan's defense minister said officials were still analyzing the data. By the estimate, both missiles were fired at 7 a.m. local time on Monday and fell into the Sea of Japan to the east of the Korean Peninsula, outside Japan's exclusive economic zone. Its statement says North Korea acknowledged the incident, calling it a super large multi-rocket launch exercise, which is a mean of tactical nuclear attack. The country said the exercise was a response to the combat air forces of the United States and South Korea. And it says both countries conducted joint air training on Sunday, according to the South Korea Minister of National Defense, just days after North Korea warned Friday of an unprecedented strong response if military exercise was conducted. And it says that the U.S. Air Force B-1B bombers were deployed on the Korean Peninsula was an escort assistance from the F-35AS and the F-15Ks and the F-16s from the South Korean and the United States Air Forces. South Korea's Minister of the National Defense says, through timely and immediately deployment of the U.S. extended deterrence force on the Korean Peninsula, the 2 demonstrators of the SK-US combined defiant defense capability and posture by the alliance overwhelmingly force and improve combined operational capabilities. The minister's statement says Washington and Seoul are also expect to hold nuclear uh, tabletop drills this week. As the Pentagon, the South Korean Defense Ministry says Friday, the Allies plans to hold additional military drills next month in the Korean Peninsula. And it says the state-run media Korean Central News Agency, the KCNA, report on the launch said the Korean People Army, the KPA, mobilized two 600 radical guns and fired multiple projectiles. South Korea considers a multi-rocket launchers larger than 600 as ballistic missiles. The defense, Japan's defense minister recorded that the first missile was uh, launched at around 6:59 a.m. local time and flew about 400 kilometers and 248 miles at a at a maximum altitude of 100 kilometers and 62 miles. The second missile was fired around 7:10 a.m. local time at a maximum altitude of around 50 kilometers or 31 miles. And it says the Japanese Coast Guard said in an early statement on their official website that North Korea launched three suspected ballistic missiles. However, South Korea Joint Chief of Staff said only two short-range ballistic missiles was detached. And it says Japan's Coast Guard each issued an alert to vessels Monday morning local time and advised to keep an eye out for further information. The agencies told vessels to stay away from falling objects and reporting any sightings to the Coast Guard. Kim Yo-jo, the sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and one of the country's top officials released a statement Monday around the time of the suspected missile launch. Kim said in a statement which was posted to KCNA that North Korea has satisfied the technology and capability for missile re-entering, and now all that remains is to focus on increasing the number of forces. Instead of dubbing or worrying about people's technology, it will be better to think more deeply about the countermeasures to defend yourself, Kim said. She also said that if North Korea deems the presence of the U.S. force in the region as a threat, they will take corresponding measures, and added. The frequency of using the Pacific Ocean as our shooting range depend on the nature of the U.S. military actions. And it says a day before the incident, North Korea acknowledged it conducts a test Saturday of a intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is the ICBMs, its third long test of the long-range missile less than a year. The state-run Korean Central News Agencies of the Hwasong 15 ICBM was fired at a surprising of ICBM launching drill under the written orders of leader Kim Jong-un. The missile flew 989 kilometers and 614 miles from almost 67 minutes to an altitude of 5,768.5 kilometers and 3,584 miles, according to the KCNA report. And it says the test was proof of Pyongyang's ability to launch a fatal nuclear counterattack on the hostile forces. A clear proof of the sure reliability of our power physical nuclear deterrence. And this is the Matthews 24 and 6. I'm going to get right back into it again, bring it out again for edification's sake, because, the tension is definitely stirring up even more and more and more between North Korea versus the United States, South Korea, and Japan. As North Korea fired two ballistic missiles in 2 days after they launched an ICBM missile. This is Matthews 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthews 24 and 7. And it reads through the Holy Scriptures. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. And this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. And it reads through the Holy Scriptures. Beat your plowshares and the swords and the pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say I am strong. Right. And it goes into the let the weak say I am strong, which is North Korea, as they upgrade their nuclear capability, of their nuclear readiness to go against the likes of their adversaries of the United States, South Korea, and Japan, as they send recently threats towards the United States, South Korea, and Japan. As you see, North Korea recently fired two ballistic missiles near the Japan Sea, the east coast of the Japan Sea of the Korean Peninsula area in that region. After they recently launched a ICBM missile, that's sending a clear, strong message to the United States and Japan and South Korea, coming from North Korea. That Joel 3 and 10 is definitely coming into full effect at the weak say I'm strong, and that's what we're seeing. And the wars and rumors of wars are definitely heating up as well too. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of the reading of this recent news article, and along with the scriptures as well too, in reference to this latest news article coming out of CNN as of February 19, 2023. As the seas were here, North Korea launched two ballistic missiles, officials said. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom.